So insurance-based, what did we get to? The people were coming back. Oh, if you had a choice, would you have an insurance-based practice or a cash-based practice?
Well, insurance, it's just easier because...
Is it?
Is it?
My wife works at a chiropractor's office, the same chiropractor's office I used to work at. Guess what she does all day? Insurance billing. The chiropractor has to hire someone to take care of all the paperwork, because now what's happened is if you come to see me and the insurance company gets between you and I, the insurance company is being paid by you. Guess what the insurance company doesn't want to do? Give you what you paid for. And now I have to fight with the insurance company and then fight between the two of you, because now we have this really evil threesome going on where we're trying to figure out how to get you what you paid for, and the insurance company doesn't want to pay. You can have cancer and the company will try their best to not cover you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And the thing is, it's not that I'm against insurance or medical care. I'm very pro-science, very pro all of that. I prefer...
Simplify.
How much does Beyonce charge for her concert tickets?
Depends on the seat.
Because that's what I want to charge. Like, I want to be so well known that people like fly into town and get a session. Like, you got cash? Okay. Like, you know, I pay taxes.
Fly you
Last
to
time.
them.
Exactly.
Private plane.
Where are you, in Bali? Okay. Go ahead.
Last time I went to a concert, it was a $3,500 ticket.
I couldn't even see Janet Jackson after I paid $600.
Yeah, I mean, and some of it's a little absurd after a while.
On the computer, it showed like I was facing her.
Yeah.
I was all the way up there. I only watched it on TV.
Yeah. So my sense of it is, like, you could go work, and this is no offense to Massage Envy, you could work at Massage Envy and make $30 an hour or whatever it is they pay, or you could be a rock star and make $100 an hour. I would prefer, as one of my students, that you go that direction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
More than 100. But
Yeah.
okay. So then, the question is like, do you already have it mapped out in terms of your goals, like, and then the means of like channels of income?
Oh, God.
Do you have a specific number of them? Do you have like a main one?
Specific classes?
What's your favorite, or what would be the preferred means of generating revenue to all of this?
So I had another educator recently. Yeah, no, this is really interesting. And it's, wow, it's interesting. What is your background? Are you involved in business?
Yeah, I'm in business.
Architect.
I mean, you're in massage school. What did you do before massage school?
She's an architect.
Okay.
That was my
Because I don't get that question from massage therapists. So here's what happened, okay? I'm a guy working out of my garage. I created 700 pages of sequence manuals and then DVDs. Workbooks and DVDs have to be shipped. They were originally a supplement to my classes. So I'd give you a workbook when you came and took class, so you had the sequence. It was nice color photos. Now, we had digital copies of those. The first digital thing I had was a free workbook. The first workbook, the Intro to Thai Massage workbook, you could download it off my website for an email. Within like a month, we had 2,000 to 3,000 emails. I was like, oh my God. I literally took a Google map, because we collected like city, state, country. I put like dots all over Earth, because people downloaded it from all over. There were places in like the Indian Ocean. It was some little island I'd never heard of. People downloaded. Yeah, it was like crazy little like stuff I had never heard of, right? That was my first notion about like digital distribution, like worldwide distribution online. As I continued, we had copies of those workbooks and videos digitally. I had a guy from South Korea come in and buy my Intro to Thai Massage videos. It was like $40 or whatever. I was like, a guy in South Korea bought Thai massage materials digitally from a guy who lives in Texas. Thank you. Thank you for your $40, Mr. Sir. I'm going to go buy some tacos. Over time, what we started doing was we were selling more retail. And the good thing about retail is this: when you give a massage, you have to be in person. If you give a class, you kind of have to be in person unless you figure out some online. Retail didn't have the same boundaries. We had a webinar, sold some physical retail. Lady bought it in Sweden. I went to the post office and said, give me media mail. And she's like, sir, there's no media mail to Sweden. I'm like, oh. Well, how much does it cost? She's like, $60. I'm like, ooh. I'm not gonna ship a lot more workbooks to Sweden. Make sense? So we're selling digital retail. Once we got to that point, once we got to selling digital retail, I went, uh-oh, this is not the same business anymore. That was what wound up being subscription service. We realized I can distribute stuff worldwide. I can produce something once and sell it repeatedly. You can't do that with a massage. You can't really do that with a massage class, but the recordings of the massage class are almost more valuable to me because I can teach people in New Zealand using that camera. And I can do it again and 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 again. And I can disrupt a portion of massage education by giving interactive online education. That person in New Zealand can go Facebook Live with me and I can work with them at a distance. Make sense? Increasingly, I think that's where the revenue stream is coming from. Between the organic and the digital, what I find really interesting is they're selling each other. People will get on the subscription service because it's inexpensive. They'll get a free workbook, whatever, but they'll eventually have enough interest to want to take an in-person class. Make sense?
So it's just a means of building traffic.
Advertising. Advertising. It's like if you had a choice between a $400 retail package and 7, what would you pay for? And that's how it works. They get in and they go, oh my God, what is this? I can't, and the thing is, right now there's 125 hours. If you subscribe tomorrow, are you going to sit down and watch 125 hours of me teaching classes?
In 1 month?
Exactly. I can give it away again and again and again and again, but it helps people study at a distance. I would love to get to the point where I actually travel and like go to Spain, teach a class. I don't know what the rules are and laws for that, but it would be very nice to be able to have that capacity. Yeah. It's also why I'm a big proponent of social media marketing, because I have something now that I can sell worldwide. Yeah, as a product.
It's volume-based, so
Yeah.
that's what we need there. So it gets to a point to where sometimes it could equal, or it could exceed the income from.
So I told people recently what it felt like. Let me see where my timing is here. Yeah, I told someone recently it felt like when I started, I took a little canoe and I paddled out to the middle of the Pacific Ocean and I threw out a fishing line and go, yeah, I'm going to catch a fish. And then I figured out, whoa, I could like throw out a net. And then I'd take a net and like throw it out and then haul it in and get like 10 fish. And that was cool. I basically feel like I'm getting to the point of like one of those evil death trawler machines where we're just taking a net and scraping the entire Pacific Ocean. That's digital online distribution. I've paid huge sums of money to access Facebook because Facebook has your data. And Facebook knows who's interested in Thai massage. And I say, hey, I've got a free webinar. You come on and buy tons of retail. We're still working on putting everything together. What also happens is once you have a license, you can give a massage, you can get paid. I'm getting to a point with all the other stuff I'm doing, it's almost like you have to build the hotel. So you got to spend $10 million and then you can rent out rooms. That process is very different than giving the session. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they had to, for like the school here to run, I don't know who owns the school. Man, they had to do paperwork, they had to file with the state, they had to get the license, they had to paint the rooms, make sure all this stuff before they could get tuition from you guys and walk you through the curriculum. See what I mean? Yeah, initially. Now, once you get set up, here's what happens. The educator I talked to, he's like, man, I want on your subscription service. I was like, what? I was offering to work with him to help build his classes and help him as an educator and do some other things for him, help him with his social media production. He's like, no, I want that. I want to be on your subscription service. And I'm like, what do you think that is? He's like, that's passive income. I was like, oh, you think it's passive because you see me renting rooms. You don't see that I spent the last 10 years building a hotel. It's not like I made a video and just money just poured in one day. Make sense? Yeah.
How about Gaia? Have you tried that?
No. So what is Gaia?
Well, it's like the Netflix of natural and
I don't know a huge amount about it. Who's on Gaia?
everyone was cool. I mean, I love Gaia.
Yeah. And I also wanted to make sure, I think at first I thought you were talking about Gaiam, and Gaiam is like a yoga related company that sells like yoga mats and things. But I've seen information about Gaia before. I don't know a huge amount about it.
Same as like you sign up, it's like Netflix, but
Yeah.
it's,
For consciousness elevated
yes.
stuff.
So,
Yeah.
the clientele, the audience there would really eat this up?
Oh, I need to get your car and do some marketing work. I need to hire some people, delegate. But I just continue teaching, continue building. I don't plan on stopping doing sessions or like seeing clients, teaching in-person classes. It's just that the digital component allows me to reach out to a larger base of students to be able to build a platform to go ahead and grow, if that makes sense. How does somebody in South Dakota know about me? Because they can't get a session. But if they're on social media and they're willing to pay for a little bit of retail, do the subscription service, they can kind of have an interactive, ongoing conversation with me where I try to help them. Yeah. Do you guys have any other questions? Time massage, anything?
It's about time
Yeah.
for you guys to take another break, and then we're going to get on tables. So,
Sounds good.
thank you, Robert.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me out.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Taking time out of your special day.
No, I don't have cards. You know why? Because I have a cell phone that has a thing called Instagram, which is kind of like an interactive business card where you send me a video. You can like ask me a question.
I will give you
Or
his
Facebook,
information
Facebook, whatever.
So you can find him.
RobertGardnerWellness.com is my website. All of my social media is linked. There's a free workbook there. If you get on my email list, I'll just send you an email periodically, let you know what's going on.
He's got a Facebook page called Massage on